Right, hello everybody. This is another, I suppose, intro that I'm recording in the workshop because I made a complete hash of it on Just Jane the other day. I wasn't having a very good day. The brain wasn't working, and I was sat in the wrong place. The lighting was terrible. But anyway, oh excuse me, slight digression there. So what you're going to see is more fault finding. This time it's the coolant gauge, or Rad Temp as it's called, on number one. According to the engineers, it was reading 20 degrees below. I don't think it's the meter, I think it's the bulb, but I said I'd go check it out. So this is me testing out the meter indicator, testing out the indicator, and also checking the bulb out as well and doing a bit of comparison. And at the end of these, I'll tell you, I'll let you know what the decision was. As you'll see my comments as you go through. So anyway, sit back and enjoy, and I'll see you at the end of these, at the end of this short clip. Well, shortish clip, longish clip. Anyway, the end of me piddling about in the cockpit. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So here we go. So that's the gauge we're looking at there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be reading low. Now, these start at 40 degrees. So there's no point me putting the power on and expecting it to read something. Because I've checked, none of them are reading. It's just not that hot out there. Yeah, we'd have to be starting at 40 degrees for them to pick up. So what I'm going to do, same as I did for that one, I'm going to go in the back, pop some wires on the back of it into the decade box, and we'll see whether it's an accuracy problem on the gauge or whether it's the bulb. If it's the bulb, I'm going to be doing, I shall compare the bulb resistance off the back of that one with the bulb resistance on the back of this one, and we'll see if there's a discrepancy there. So right, so I shall drop this panel, pop some wires in, stick them out through the hole like I did the other day across the decade box, and we'll give it a test. Here we are. That's the gauge we're looking at. We've got the 2 wires down to the decade box. 109 should be 40 degrees, so 109. And we'll pop the power on. Power's on. And we are reading, sorry, that one. Yep, so we are reading 40 degrees. Get it to focus, come on. That's it, there we go, 40 degrees. So if we come back here now, if we go 129, 1, 2, 1, 2, 9, that should give us a reading of 80. So come back over to here, and that looks 80 to me, give or take a teeny weeny bit. We're struggling to focus today. There we go. So let's take this up to, we go up to 120, let's go up to 110, which is 146. So 1, 4, 6 should be, what do we say, should be 110. So that should be 110, which is 110. Let's just pop it up to 120, just to make sure. 120, which is 152, 52, 152, 152, 120. So I reckon that gauge is okay. We'll just take it down to 60. 60 being 119, 1, 1, 119. And that should now read, when we get under the wires, that should now read 60. So that gauge is spot on, which I thought it might be. So it's a temperature bulb problem, so I'm going to do some resistance checks and we'll see where we go from there. So that's quite a positive, isn't it? So I'll pop the power off. The engine blokes that got an oil leak, I think they've fixed it, so That'll be fun for them. Yeah, so this is it's not the gauge, it's the bulb, I think. So I'm going to do some resistance checks, and I'll get back to you, excuse me, when I've done those. Okay. So we're doing resistance checks now. This is, where are we? That's the lead. That one there. That one on this gauge. So we're going between the earth point and the bulb feed. So if we go on there, that is 100 ohms, 100.7. Okay. Try the gauge next to it. Okay. That reads the same. And we'll go right to the end to that one. And that reads the same. So I don't know what's going on. Whether the bulb is breaking down when it gets hot, I don't know. So I'm going to have to go and have a chat with the chief engineer, because I can't find anything wrong with the system. Electrically, it all works. But if they've got an accuracy problem, then I think it's the temperature bulb that is not giving the right readings under temperature, if you know what I mean. So that'll be passed on to the engine men, because they'll have to deal with that one, because they do have a test rig for this. They take the bulb out and test it outside the airframe. So yeah, so I've done all I can with this one. So as far as I'm concerned, this is no fault found. Although I'm sure the engineer wouldn't lead me down the garden path on this. So I'll leave it up to the chief engineer. He can decide what to do with it. But as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing wrong with the system. Well, not from my point of view anyway. So anyway, so yeah, so well, that was something different, wasn't it? We didn't really achieve a lot. I hope you enjoyed that. I spoke to the chief engineer and explained my findings, that I thought that it was more likely to be the temperature bulb was under reading a temperature. It wasn't giving the right resistance to temperature, but it's tired, it's 60, 70 years old. I would imagine it's about shot. He wasn't so sure. He thought that it might be the fact that the radiator was being particularly efficient, as it was a refurbished radiator. You never know. So the plan is now they know that it's not the gauge and that they can trust what the gauge is reading. They're going to run with it and see how it performs over the rest of the season. And then maybe in the winter we'll have that bulb out and we'll put it on a test rig, because there is a test rig of sorts, but it's not quite good enough. And so talking to the chief engineer, and he's got plans to build one. So yeah, so that'll be something exciting, because you've got to heat them up, so you're going to be using oil or water or whatever, and you need a calibrated thermometer, and it all gets extremely technical. But anyway, yeah, so also one of the other guys, Brad, did suggest that maybe the engine ran particularly cool, ran cooler than the others. Yeah, I'm not so sure, but there might be something in that. It could be the fact that that is the better engine out of the three, and it's a bit more efficient and running cooler. Don't know. We'll see later on in the year when we get this bulb out to have a look at it. So yeah, so yeah, so it's all good fun on the Heritage Centre. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Hope it's been informative, and yeah, give us a thumbs up, stick us a comment, whatever. And see you guys next time. Stay safe.